Welcome into the Bro Force Squad podcast. We are here to give you our thoughts on Season 8, Episode 2, Episode 69 of Game of Thrones. I don't know the actual name of it because it didn't come up when I watched it.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
There it is.
We're here to review that episode for you. I have Nate Thurman, the American Hero, and our legal counsel, Ronnie Cycli. I'm the mad scientist, Brian Banner. We're going to jump right into it. Thurman, we're going to start with you, acting and cast. That's where we start all of our TV reviews. What'd you think?
There was acting by the cast in the episode. I can guarantee that. But no, overall, and I think we say this every time we get on one of these with any of the podcasts that's over a great TV show, it was amazing. But pinpointing some of the better acting and better moments in the show, it was great seeing them around the fire with Brienne and Tormund and Tyrion, and then really having some heart to heart. And Jaime knighting Brienne, that was great. It was really heartfelt. I think they did a great job of that. I even read at some point after they got done filming that in the knighting scene that Jaime Lannister's character, he said, I actually kind of blacked out during that. And they're like, it was great. You did amazing. So Jaime and Brienne's characters, they've always had that weird little on again, off again kind of thing.
Will
feeling.
they, won't they kind of a thing.
Yeah, will they, won't they? But now it's really developing, and the whole knighting scene, that was really the scene that stuck out to me, which I think may be a black mark for Brienne, because I think she's going to die next episode. So
100%.
Yeah. Cycli.
Yeah, I think it's a theater law, right? Like when you're talking about a drama and you're looking at second tier characters that are talking about plans of what they're going to do after the sad thing ends, like the happy plans, they're 100% going to die.
Grey Worm.
So, Grey Worm, Missandre, and 100% dead. Jaime, I don't think Jaime's dead yet.
No.
Brienne getting the knighting scene. So we don't want to talk about acting. I agree 100%, Nate, that Brienne there just knocked it out of the park. She sold it. She was incredible. If we're going to talk about acting, I actually thought Emilia Clarke or Dany, she wasn't that great this episode. Like, I don't know, like in the scene where her and Sansa were in the room together, I wasn't buying it. Like,
Sansa, Sophie Turner definitely outacted her in that scene.
Yeah,
which is a shock. If you would have told me that even 3, 4, 5 seasons ago,
100%.
I would have told you you're fucking crazy. But Sophie Turner's really grown into that character and really honestly learned how to act, and she absolutely destroyed it. That was who I was going to talk about. I agree.
I got you to the point where I think Emilia Clarke is, if she's not in some commanding in her script, if she's not being like strong and commanding and demanding, like she doesn't know how to sell emotion. And that kind of sold in that scene. I felt like it was really not great by her. So I felt like Brienne of Tarth was the peak. I thought Emilia Clarke was the low point of acting in the script.
That's a great point.
Yeah, I mean, this episode, we can all agree, this is the goodbye episode. The first episode, they moved all the chess pieces, got everybody together. This was the goodbye episode. Very well done, but again, I think they just took all their heavy hitters, all these fantastic actors, all these fantastic characters that we've grown to love over the past, 8 seasons, was that 8, 9 years, however long it is, whatever.
10 years.
And said, hey, go. And they went. They went, and it was really cool to see.
It was one of those episodes that you wanted there to be more action, but at the same time you realize why everyone needed their last scene.
Yeah, I was definitely...
so many people are going to die.
I was definitely disappointed that there wasn't any action in this episode at all, and I was like, what the fuck? Nobody's dying yet. I want this. But then as I thought about it and kind of mulled it over a little bit, and I actually talked to my brother-in-law, David, he'll be on one of the episodes here coming up. He was on our finale episode last year, but he was like, you know what, if you really think about it, this was a fantastic goodbye episode, and we needed this because shit is about to hit the fan with these last 4 episodes, and if we didn't have this episode, we would have felt like there was more to be had. We were missing something, so we really needed it. Moving right along, this is kind of a good segue into story plot. I'll just keep on going. Like I said, this was a needed episode. This was a necessary evil, if you will, because again, we've now gone 2 episodes and nobody has died yet, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm having anxiety about it. Somebody needs to die, and next week a fuck ton of people are gonna die. That's what I have to say.
Yeah, literally everybody.
There's a lot more setup in this one, which I'm fine with. As far as story and plot, can we talk about Arya getting dicked down?
I don't know if we can.
Can we? So
Nate, I didn't send you this meme, but I sent it to Brian. There's a meme that said Arya originally was gonna try to fuck the Hound, but she got cock blocked by what's his name, the one-eyed guy.
One-eyed guy, yeah, I can't remember, yeah.
Yeah, and so her second choice was Gendry, and then like it's a picture of Daenerys just like grossed out. But like, if you really think about it, she went to the Hound first on her last night
did.
on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wanted that dog dick.
She would have got dog dicked. I know everyone's up in arms about her because we've seen her grow up, and obviously in the first season she was supposed to be like 10 or 12 or something. But
in real life, she was like I think 12 years old.
She's 20. Oh, in real life.
In real life
now she's 22.
Yeah,
she's 22. I think it's funny. The outrage was less about like we literally saw Sansa at 16 get raped by
Ramsay.
Yeah, Ramsay, and then we also saw Tommen have sex. And he was like 15, and no one gave a shit. But Arya, and everyone's like, "Oh God, no!"
It's because we saw side boob of Arya.
We saw her side boob, and I feel like she turned towards the camera a little more.
That was definitely a body double, right? Like you could tell.
I don't know.
It didn't match. Rewatch it because I have like 8 times.
I will. Trust me.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Don't worry. So yeah, that was obviously one of the kind of weirder moments.
Did you guys see that happening?
Yes.
What's that?
I saw it coming a mile away, and I don't know. Yes, I saw it coming.
You can't blame her if she thinks it's her last night on Earth. You got to get laid.
She's got to know what it feels like she said. So, moving on from that, one of the other big things in the plot that has really thickened and kind of thrown another wrench into the cog. And we knew this was coming too, is that Jon and Daenerys had the talk, and he revealed that
he's pregnant.
No,
sorry, pregnant. 100%.
Leave. Okay. You're in timeout for 5 minutes.
Okay.
That he's the heir to the throne. So now you get into the whole dynamic that is her love more than enough to keep him alive, because she may want to go the route of killing him to still stay on the
You're buying what they're selling, and they're selling fake news.
So you're still seeing them together long term.
Yeah, I think she is not going to be as offended as we think. I think he doesn't even want it. But
that's what makes him a great leader, though. She wants it so bad, so she's.
That's why they're going to get. That's why. Okay, are we getting into predictions right now?
No, let's move on real quick to best scene.
Because that's the thing. Yeah.
I think we're all gonna be. I don't know. I'm just gonna talk for you guys. Yeah, it's the around the fire scene, right? Around the fireplace.
Not Gendry. Podrick just.
Yeah, him singing at the end. Just that was how to cap off a goodbye episode. Absolutely fantastic. Knighting Brienne of Tarth, all of that. You have Tormund, Giant's Bane, just being
sucking
him.
Giant milk.
Yeah, yeah. And
can
just
I say something?
His kind of just complete ignorance of the Seven Kingdoms and tradition. Like, oh, you're a girl. Why can't you be knighted? I don't understand. And then them just saying, like, yeah, why the fuck not? Let's do it. Just all of that fucking worked. That's it.
Cycling, you have something?
Yeah. No, I thought you're 100% right. Like that scene was everything, right? I mean, Pod singing. Okay, so I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. I love the books. I love the movies.
Nerd.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is a wrong podcast to be calling nerds out. But when Pod starts singing, I don't know how much you guys remember Return of the King, when Mary sings during one of the battles. It was almost identical to that. And I felt as emotional as I did because he's singing and there's obviously all this shit going on. In Lord of the Rings, people were dying when he was singing, but this was showing just all the different reactions. Missandei and Grey Worm kissing, and Theon and Sansa eating their last meal. That was just one of the best scenes maybe in Game of Thrones.
Thurman.
Yeah. You guys, I don't have much more to say about it because, yeah, that was that's pretty much hitting the nail on the head. That really got you in the feels for that one, for sure.
Honorable mention, though, is when they're kind of interrogating Jaime Lannister at the very beginning. And Bran says, "The things we do for love."
Oh, that was great.
Great callback to the first episode.
Yeah.
Can I also compliment Tyrion for being the only fucking person to be like, hey, I want to actually talk to Bran for a second because no one else seems to be worried about this guy.
Yes, thank you.
What the hell happened to you? Because no one else cares.
I feel like that's been glossed over this season. Is like
Yes,
people are like accepting like his revelations and everything, but no one's really explaining what's going on with him.
Tyrion's here like, no, I want to hear your side of the story really fast.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. All of our favorite part of the show, the theories. Cycle, I know you're chomping at the bit, so start us off with some good ones. Some
all right,
juicies.
so I don't think this Battle of Winterfell, I don't think the Night King's going to be there. I don't think the Dragon White is going to be there. I think this is a fake, just like in the first season with the Battle of Whispering Woods where they tricked Jaime. And they sent a real army more south, and they got to capture Jaime. I think the Night King is sending a fake army to Winterfell. They're going to win. They're going to lose a ton of people, but they're going to realize that the Night King and the Dragon and the main force are headed to King's Landing.
Wow.
That's my prediction. I don't think the Night King's going to be there. They didn't show him at the end of the last episode. There's going to be some sort of twist. I think all the main characters survive. I think Jaime, Tyrion, Dany, and Jon survive. I could see Arya or Sansa, one of the two, dying. I think Brienne definitely dies. But that's my big thing. I don't think this is the final battle with the White Walkers. I think the Night King is on his way to King's Landing.
That's a thought about the battles I hadn't had yet because I could see it going two different ways, which are my two predictions because I can't pick one. So from what I'm seeing is episode 3 is touted as the biggest battle in cinema history, blah, blah, blah. So
cinema and TV, yeah. It's better than everything.
So it's touted as, oh, here's the battle scene. So it's either going to be that they somehow defeat him, and then the rest of the season for season 8 is basically the story thread of the Iron Throne and them fighting the Lannisters and the Golden Company and seeing how that plays out. Or I could see it also playing out as that the White Walkers, it's their full army. They push them back. They fight them at Winterfell, but they can't fend them off. So they have to retreat south to King's Landing and then finally convince Cersei that they do need to join up. And then there's another battle at the end with the Golden Company and everyone that was at Winterfell with the Unsullied and everyone fighting the White Walkers there at the end and coming out with a final destination there.
I like that too because if you really think about if you look back on the very first scene of the entire show, it's the White Walkers, right? The very first scene. So you that's part of why I don't think there's no way they just defeat the White Walkers in this episode.
Yeah.
Right?
So
they just finish it.
The only way if that does happen, I think most people have been in agreement is that they have to kill the Night King.
Yeah.
Because there's no other way that they can overpower the numbers they have.
Not at all. Yeah, what do you think, Bri?
Yeah, I think all of those sound great. I honestly have no prediction. I have no idea where they're going. I don't know. I agree. I think that the Night King has to die in order for this to all be over. I think whoever kills the Night King then will command the White Walker army. I don't know
wow.
who.
You don't think the White Walker army is just going to fall once he dies?
No, I don't think they're like a sentient robots.
Well, that's what happened when they were north of the wall and they captured that one. Is they killed that leader and they all fell.
Yeah, I think that they reprogrammed them and they've figured it out.
You're backtracking now.
Droidicars?
Yeah. No, I do think when I don't know what I think. Honestly, I am excited to watch it all play out. I'm ready for some people to die. I think because I've just been emotionally ready for all these characters that have survived for so long to finally die that I need it to happen. I'm getting anxious about it. It's causing anxiety. Somebody needs to die. Also, just for my death, just for my death pool thing that I have going on with Cycly and the wives. The Hound needs to be the first one to die, just so that.
Oh, is that who you have going first?
That's who I have going first.
Ooh,
I think he's going to be a hero.
I think he's going to have a battle with his brother at the end.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Well.
You didn't think about that, Banner.
No, I did not actually. So egg on my face.
Should we do like I don't know if we want to do this now. Like, should we do a prediction of who we all think will end on the Iron Throne?
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
This episode right now?
Yeah, right now. Just off the cuff. Thurman, who's going to end up on the Iron Throne when it's all said and done?
Sam.
Wow.
Sam.
Cycly.
He's the wisest out of anyone. He can survive. He's already killed a White Walker. He's going to find a way to get there.
Him or Varys winning.
I would love it.
Something like that.
Amazing.
Cycly.
All right.
I think Dany and Jon. I think Dany's pregnant. I think both Jon and Dany are going to die. I think Tyrion is going to be the king in acting ability until the baby that Dany's pregnant comes of age.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a lot going on, but I like it.
I think Jon Snow is going to die. I think everybody around Dany dies. Everybody that she cares about dies. And she and Tyrion survive. But she's going to relinquish the throne and name Tyrion as the king.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Crazy thoughts.
That's an interesting one.
So before we wrap up, I want to bring up a fan favorite theory that I've seen circulating the internet, and you guys may have seen already too. So it was really emphasized last episode that the crypts in Winterfell are the safest area. So everyone is thinking, the Night King is just going to raise the dead down there. I don't know if there's much stock in this. I would love to see it happen. It'd create a cool thread for the story, but I don't think he can raise the dead that are already just dead down in the crypts. Thoughts?
I think it's going to happen, but only because they mention it like 6 or 7 times.
That's what people keep saying. Yeah.
It's like, okay, mention it once, but mention it 7 times. And I'm like, all right. And also the fact that they also showed the crypts in both episodes.
Yeah.
Something has to be going on in there. Then Dany in the preview says the dead are already here. That made me think she's talking about them.
That's a good point.
So it is an obvious tell that Game of Thrones doesn't like to go through.
Yeah.
But I can definitely see something. They did too many mentions. Yeah. So I don't know. What do you think, Banner?
I kind of hope it doesn't happen just because I hope it's a red herring. I hope they keep saying it, but it doesn't actually happen. There's too many storylines. There's kind of too many threads that I'm waiting for them to tie up. I don't want them to pull another one and have another thing that they have to tie up. So, because, I mean, then it's literally just like, oh, hey, let's just find the nearest cemetery and just, like, snap my fingers and, hey, I've got an extra 30,000 people. Like,
I mean, you have thousands of years of history. There's millions of people underground.
Yeah, that's no, I don't like that. I think it has to be a fresh kill. Maybe like if he gets down there and can like touch them, they come to life. Okay, but it has to be the Night King. I don't know. It's probably going to happen because, like you said, they mentioned it too much for it not to. But that doesn't change the fact that I don't want it to.
I would be really happy if it was a red herring. Like they did the double trick. Like right, like they avoided it so much that we believed it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I want them to get a little unpredictable. Right now, things are going. The last 2 seasons have been a little predictable. In all honesty, not in a bad way. I still love the show, but
throw me a curveball.
Yeah. All right.
I won't even be pissed if the Night King wins the whole damn thing. The people of Westeros don't deserve to survive. I'll be honest.
I like it.
That's a hot take. Any last thoughts, Thurman?
Last thoughts. Trying to think back through the episode. Not really. Just excited to see how Dany and Jon play out. One of them will be dead at the end. I'm not sure who.
Are you guys nervous? Are you nervous going in on Sunday just because you know it's the big one?
Nope. I have mentally prepared myself. I'm ready. Like I said, I've been saying this for 2 episodes. I need somebody to die.
Yeah.
Not nervous.
I get more than one.
I'm just gonna have a raging boner for the next 10 days.
Whoop.
Whoop.
All right, guys. We are the Bro Force Squad podcast. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. Throw Bro Force Squad, that's 3 words, into the Googles. You can find us anywhere. Jeff does a thing called Letterbox, so you guys should hit him up on that with movie reviews and something like that. And www.broforcesquad.com. You can find all of our content on there. For the American Hero and our legal counsel, I'm the Mad Scientist. We will catch you guys next week. Hopefully, we're still alive.
Yes.